Hello, my warriors. Do let me know if I'm audible as well as visible. Hello, good evening, my lovely warriors, and welcome to the session. So, today's session, like you have seen, is all about solving the questions really quick, and there will be at least 50%. I'm guaranteeing you, there will be so many questions which you can solve within just a minute. And that's what the challenge of today's session is. And it's all physics questions. It's like a mock test. And make sure that you have a rough sheet with you, and you also have a pen with you and an open mind. So 3 things needed for today's session, and if you have the 3 things, at least put 3 hearts and 1 like on the session. So welcome aboard, guys. This is Shreyas here, your captain, your thalaiva, your navigator, your master teacher, your guide for your JEE examination. Now, before we begin the session, I hope you have accumulated all those 3 things, your open mind and your pen and your rough sheet. Okay. And guys, those of you who wanted to join the Telegram channel because you get the PDF of the session, updates like the KVPY update came up, the JEE Mains admit card, the notification which is about to come, we gave the news, and anything else that comes up, be it the paper discussion, all the things will happen on the Telegram channel as well. So make sure you're a part of the Telegram channel. The link is there in the description box below. Right over here, just you need to click on this link. You will see the Telegram channel link will open up. If you want to get in touch with me, then there is an Instagram link. That's where you can get in touch with me on my Instagram channel. I'm not sure why it's not opening, but yeah, it's there. There it is. Okay, so I keep posting regularly, and in case you want to get in touch with me, that's where you go. And if you want test series, these are the links. Don't pay extra and go to this one, the live batch. Here in live batch, you have to pay somewhere close to 8,000 plus rupees. Don't pay that much, just pay 1,800 rupees. You can go to the English one. You will get every lecture for all the chapters, assignments, question bank, test series, mock tests, as well as the study material, especially the sprint material for boosting your percentile, along with tips, guidance and strategy sessions. These are my classes itself for physics. So you will get a very good problem solving session, as well as the last minute booster sessions in this particular crash course. It's just there for 1,800 bucks. Using the coupon code SHH Pro, you're going to save a lot of amount. So let's begin with the class. I am feeling much better. I think all your probably prayers have worked, and guys, I'm feeling much better today. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for asking about me. So right now still I'm on medication. I'm still having the pills. So yesterday I had almost close to 100 fever. So while I was taking the EMSAT session, I measured my temperature after the class, and then I got to know my temperature was 100. And then I'm like, okay, how did I even take the class? So now at least my temperature is 99 or something. So luckily I'm feeling 99, 98, somewhere in that range. I'm pretty sure by tomorrow I'll come back to 96 or 97. Okay, so let's begin with the class, guys. And I hope you have smashed the like button, and make sure you share the session with your friends as well. And let's begin with the first question. I hope you guys are ready. Good evening, Justin. Hi, Suranjana. Hi, Madala. Hello, Alina, Bobby. Welcome, Samuel. Kiji, Kevin. Welcome, Valmarti. Okay, let's begin with the class. So, ready? First question coming up on your screen. 1 minute. Okay, not more than that. But remember, I'll start solving. If you want to solve it sideways, no problem. And while explaining, I might take more than 1 minute because I'm not solving it, like I would solve it in the exam. I'm solving it for you, explaining you the concept as well. The rotating wheel has a speed of this much. It is made to slow down at 4 radians per second square. The number of revolutions it makes before coming to rest will be how much? Let's begin with the class. So, yes, I know the pressure is high. That's why I'm here, bacha. No matter what, I'll be here for you. Yes, I had my lunch. Thank you, Epic Gamer. So, in this question, angular displacement is asked. The initial angular speed is given. Alpha is given. Finally, it comes to rest. Think about the third kinematic equation, which is V square is U square plus 2S. A similar equation is also there in circular motion. What is that equation? Final angular velocity square is initial angular velocity square plus 2 into alpha into delta theta. Now 1200 RPM convert it into convert it into radians per second, it will be 1200 into 2 pi divided by 60. Because rounds per minute, each round has 2 pi radians and 1 minute has 60 seconds. That's what it is. 0, 0 goes, 6 goes with 120, it goes 20 times, so it will be nothing but 40 pi radians per second. Final angular speed is 0. The initial angular speed is 40 pi radians per second. So square it, minus, because it is retarding, angular acceleration is nothing but 4 into delta theta. So delta theta will be 40 square will be 1600, and then you will also have pi square divided by 2 4s are 8. Now this will go 200 times, so 200 pi square is the answer, but the number of revolutions is asked. So whatever angle you get, divided by 2 pi radians, because one revolution is 2 pi radians, so number of revolutions will be angle by 2 pi, so that will be 200 pi square divided by 2 pi, so that is nothing but 100 pi. Now 100 pi is there only in option D, guys. Very good, Sanjeeva, very good, J. Kevin, awesome, 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 awesome. So 314 is the answer. Valamatiyar, how about leaving the comment after the session is over? Because right now we are concentrating on these questions for JEE Mains 2022. Awesome. So moving on to the next question. So before that, the concept over here was kinematic equation. Number 2, converting RPM into radians per second. And lastly, for number of revolutions, divide the angle, whatever you get in radians, by 2 pi, because one revolution is 2 pi radians. Next question, but before that, remember the PDF will be available in the Telegram channel later on, which you can use it for practice. Okay, so make sure you're a part of the Telegram channel. A block rests on a horizontal table. Execute in simple harmonic motion in a plane with an amplitude A. If the coefficient of friction is mu, the block starts to slip when the frequency is. So if this is the table and this table is performing, SHM, simple harmonic motion. Okay, this table is performing simple harmonic motion. Then if there is a block kept on that table, there will be some kind of frictional force acting on that block, and the block will have the same acceleration as that of the table. The block will have the same acceleration as that of the table, because they are both moving sideways, back and forth like this together. Now that force by Newton's law is mass into acceleration. So if it has to slip, that means the friction will become maximum frictional force and the acceleration will also become maximum. The maximum frictional force will be mu into mg, because there is normal force also here and mg force also here. So normal force will be mg. But what is the maximum acceleration in simple harmonic motion? It is nothing but omega square into amplitude. Omega square into amplitude. Mm cancels. So omega square will be mu g by A. So omega will be root of mu g by A. So the moment you get this, you are probably going to mark this as the answer. But no, that is not the answer. Read the question carefully. Question is on frequency. Read the question carefully. Question is on frequency. Remember, frequency is omega divided by 2 pi. It's omega divided by 2 pi. So 1 by 2 pi will come below and you will have mu g by A over here, which is nothing but, just check it out. No, it's not C, guys. Many of you are answering C. Nopes. Madala Tejasri, I think you will need for 99 percentile, you will need 180 marks to 190 marks at least in your second attempt. At least, I'm saying. Okay, so that's what you need. That is 60 marks at least per subject. Okay, so you can do the reverse calculation. That's 15 marks, 15 questions at least per subject. That's what you need to do and target for. Check out my yesterday's session. I have given the exact things, chapters to do, high weightage, which will give you at least 50% marks, and how to improve your target score to 99 percentile. I have conducted a session just yesterday on our channel only. If you go to the videos tab, you will see the video is right now also there. Okay, moving on to the next one. The following combination of logic gates. The outputs A, B, it's not C, it's only A and B. What will it be? What will be the output of A and B respectively? Forget this C. Okay. So if you look at this 1 1, this is a NAND gate. This is basically a NAND gate. So 1 and 1 is 1, but the NOT of it is 0. The NOT of it is 0, correct? 0's negative is going to be 1. Now this is 1, this is nothing but 0 as per the question. 1, this is OR gate, 1 or 0 is 1. So the first answer should be 1. So this is 0, this is gone. This is also 0, this is also gone. Either it will be this or this. All the possible options are there. Okay? Okay, great. Yes, the PDF Justin Cherry, like I told you, it will be available after the session is over, after some time. Now 0, 1. So these are NOT gates. These are NOT gates. So 0 will become 1, 1 will become 0. This is a NAND gate. 1 and 0, 1 and 0 will be 0. The NOT of it will be 1 over here. This is again a NAND gate. Keep this in mind. Hence the answer should be 1 and 1. Alina saying option C, and you are perfectly correct. Very good, Dinesh. Awesomeness. Okay, the admit card should release by today, hopefully. Let's hope for the best. Maybe maximum tomorrow. So guys, make sure you solve these questions in not more than 1 minute. Okay, I hope this is clear. Sri Krishna Reddy, just do one thing on YouTube only. If you just search for logic gates, right, you will get the solution for your problem. On YouTube, just search for over here on this channel only. Just go over here and search for logic gates. Just search for logic gates right over here. Look at this. I have conducted special lecture, logic gates, semiconductors, everything. Okay, I have conducted. Okay, I'm not sure where it went. Okay, see over here only. Logic gates, semiconductors, everything. So many lectures are there. Just watch that. I'm pretty sure you will get a good idea about logic gates as well as semiconductors. Okay, just do that. Moving on to the next question coming up on your screen. The initial and the final temperatures of water as seen by an observer are this value and this value in degrees Celsius. How much is the change in temperature with proper errors? Let's try to do this. So the question is, find the change in the temperature. The change in temperature. Now the change in temperature is obviously the final temperature minus the initial temperature. Now if you notice, the final temperature is nothing but 78.3 plus minus 0.3, that is the error, minus this value which is 40.6 plus minus, what is the error? That's 0.2. Now when you subtract them, 78.3 minus 40.6, come on guys, this will be 0.7, this will be 7, and this will be 3, 37.7. Now over here, be little bit careful. When you subtract errors, the absolute error never gets subtracted. When you subtract two quantities, the absolute error never gets subtracted. It always gets added. Even during addition, it gets added. So it is actually plus minus 0.5 only. So there is only one option like that. Option A. Many people end up marking 0.1. That is wrong. That is just there to confuse you. Remember, errors always add. Errors always will add. Keep this in mind. Be it subtraction, be it addition. Okay. So correct answer is A. Many students in a hurry-burry will make some mistake. Moving on to the next one. Yep. So let's try to do the next question coming up on your screen. R1, R2 are the respective filament resistance of 200 and 100 watt bulbs to operate at the same voltage. Then who is how many times? Power and resistance are related by P is equal to V square by R. Hence, power is inversely proportional to resistance. Everybody can see that. If that is the case, that means R1 by R2 is nothing but P2 by P1. Now the second power is 100, first power is 200. So put 100 here and put 200 here. So hence R1 by R2 is basically 1 by 2. Rather twice R1 will be R2. So R2 is 2 times of R1. R2 is 2 times of R1. Yes, Pinky, you can watch it for EMSAT as well. Obviously, since physics is physics, Newton's laws is Newton's laws, resistance is resistance. For NEET, for JEE, you can watch it. Only the pattern changes, difficulty changes, The type of questions changes, that's all. The syllabus might vary plus or minus 10%, that's all. Okay, I hope this is clear. Okay. Yeah, we are taking the JEE droppers batch as well. In fact, you will see that there is already an AI live batch, J Kevin, where all of us are teaching. In the live batch, you might not find all of us together, but at least 1 or 2 teachers will be there. That's something which I can assure you. Okay. Yes, Pinky, it is useful for EMSAT. Next question. A manometer connected to a closed tap reads this much. When the valve is opened, the manometer falls to this much. The velocity of the flow is. This is completely based on Bernoulli's principle. Bernoulli's principle. How Bernoulli's principle? Remember, pressure plus half rho v square. Okay, rho gh is also there, but rho gh is not changing over here. Is nothing but a constant. So here the pressure changed, that caused the velocity of the water. So here the change in the pressure is basically going to be half rho v square. It's rather, I would say, it's the change in the half rho v square term, because the pressure dropped, the velocity increased. If pressure increased, velocity will decrease. Pressure plus half rho v square is constant. Rho gh never changed in this question. So what do we do now? Delta P is the change in the pressure, which is 3.5 minus 3, the whole thing multiplied by 10 to the power 5 is equal to half density of water, I believe, is 10 to the power 3 into V square. 3.5 minus 3 is half. Now 10 to the power 5 and 10 to the power 3, I think only 10 to the power 2 will remain. This will be half into V square. 2 cancels, so V square will be 100. So V will be nothing but 10. And 10 is there as option B. Very good, J. Kevin. Okay. So Madala Tejasri, I don't know whether you have seen my yesterday's video. Have you seen it or not? If you have not, please watch it. Okay, I have just given all the sure shot topics right over here. Just make sure you check that out. See this video, do this to score 99 percentile. In this video, I have given all the topic names of physics, chemistry, maths, everything is given right in this lecture. So make sure you watch this. All the chapter names have been given. Okay, I've given all the chapter names over here. So make sure you watch this class. Okay, bacha? Fair enough. Moving on to the next question coming up on your screen. Next question is, a long string with a charge of this much per unit length passes through imaginary cube of side A. The maximum flux of the field in the cube will be how much? So let's see how do we solve this. See, maximum flux depends on how much charge is inside by epsilon naught as per the Gauss's law. Now if you take a cube and if you want to pass a wire, okay, such that the flux is maximum, that means the charge inside should be maximum. How do you make the charge as much as possible? Very simple way to do that. The simplest way to do that is imagining how can you fit a wire as long as possible in the cube. Obviously, if you fit it sideways, it's not going to be long. The longest will be when you fit it along the diagonal, and the diagonal length is always √3 times the side. Hence, now solving the question here, the charge inside will be maximum when the wire is along the diagonal. What will be the charge on the diagonal? It will be the charge per unit length into the diagonal itself upon epsilon naught as it is. So the length of the diagonal is √3 times of A, and this is by epsilon naught. Let's see how many of you can do this now. Yep, option D is correct. √3 lambda A divided by epsilon naught. King for entertainment, only formulas are not enough. Only formulas and their application might help you till maybe 40% to 50% of the questions. Okay, you need to do more than that because there are a lot of questions which are multi-concept, need some thinking, etc. And that too, just looking at your formulas, no use. You have to apply it. So formula session is good for revision, but for practice, you have to give assignments, mock tests, all right, the sprint question bank. You need to solve the material, bacha. Make sure you do that. Thank you, Krupali. I'm taking medication on my time. and I'll definitely probably rest after the session is over. Okay, moving on. I'm not sure, Selva Hariran, everybody is waiting for the B-ARC session 1's result. I'm not sure why they are delaying it. It's crazy. They should not have delayed it so much. Okay, moving on. In the series circuit shown, the figure, the voltmeter reading will be, the voltmeter reading V will be how much? Interesting question. So look at this. This is an AC circuit, and whenever you have an AC circuit, the voltages never add scalar wise, they add vector wise. So remember, the net voltage is always the voltage across the resistor plus voltage across inductor plus voltage across capacitor. Treating them like vectors, you should know who is ahead of whom or behind whom by how many degrees. Resistance is always along current. Inductance voltage is 90 degrees ahead of current. Capacitance is behind by 90 degrees. So if you think about it that way, then you'll get the answer. The voltage across the resistor is what I do not know, but that is going to be VR, and VL and VC. Well, VL is 300 this way, VC is also 300 this way. This and this cancel, they cancel. Oh, that means it is essentially in resonance condition. It is in resonance condition because that's the only time VL becomes equal to VC. So hence I can say that the net voltage is equal to VR. What is the net voltage? 200. So this will also be 200 volts. That's the answer. Excellent. Option C. C for correcto, C for captain. That's the correct answer. Okay, moving on to the next question coming up on your screen. Let's see how many of you can do this. Interference fringes were produced in YDSC experiment using light of wavelength this much. A film of thickness was placed. The fringe pattern shifted by 20 fringes. Refractive indexes. Sure, take some time, Ashwin, if you want to. I'll give you 30 to 40 seconds. Try to do this. Devika, I think the intimation should come today or tomorrow. Thank you, King. Come on, guys. Which formula are you going to use? Bhavitra, please watch my session which I conducted yesterday, how to score 95 percentile, 99 percentile. It's there, past videos, okay? And we'll be solving the JEE. We have already solved the JEE first attempt questions. I have taken all the important questions, hard questions as well. Just check that out. We have done that recently only. So first of all, the fringe pattern shifts by 20 fringes. That means delta X is basically 20 times of beta. Now beta is nothing but lambda d by small d. Shift in a fringe pattern when you place a when you place a slab is given by mu minus 1 into thickness into d by small d. This is the shift formula. If you know it, good. Else you are going to waste some time deriving this itself. So do not do that. Now you can see a lot of things get cancelled like d, small d, small d. So mu minus 1 into thickness. Thickness is 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 3 centimeters. So into 10 to the power minus 2 meters is equal to 20 into lambda. Lambda is nothing but 5000 Armstrongs. So into 10 to the power minus 10, dd has got cancelled. That's all. So just check it out. Mu minus 1 will be how much? So here I can see 2 5s are 10. So I am going to have 10 into, so I have 2 into 5, 110 over there. This 1 0 over here. And then 3 more zeros. So 1, 2, 3. So 5. And 10 to the power minus 10. So it is going to become 10 to the power minus 5. And from here, I'm going to have 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 5. So I think this is going to become nothing but 0.4. So hence mu will become 1 plus 0.4, which is nothing but 1.4. Hence the answer is C, guys. Just check this out. Just check this out. 1.4 should be the answer. So remember one thing, whenever you place a slab in front of one of the slit, the usual interference pattern which happens right in front of it will shift. That shift will be given by this formula. That shift when you place the slab is given by this formula. Mu minus 1 into thickness of the slab into the distance between the slits and the screen upon the distance between the slits itself. This is your small d, of course, and this is your capital D. This is the thickness, and this has some refractive index mu. This is the formula. Everybody with me on this? Okay. So Rihan, you should at least score 90 percentile plus to qualify for writing for JEE Advanced. Moving on to the next one. Okay, Ishan Lohani got, wow, Ishan Lohani is our student in vPro, attending all the AI live classes, got 225 out of 300 in your first test. Very good, very good. Keep it up. First test only you have rocked it, bacha. Very good. Keep it up. Okay, okay. Definitely, it will be tough to get these ideas during the exam. No, Akshaya, trust me, it is not. If you have solved these models of question, this is such a standard question. This is there in every elementary exercise. It's not like a difficult question. It's there in every elementary exercise or even assignments. If you see, this is standard question. So if you have done it now already, that's it. You know the formula. You know the formula for fringe width. It will click. That's why you should solve all the patterns and models of question, at least the standard ones. Once you are covered with the standard, then it clicks immediately. And recently, in the last 2-3 years, they have been asking more than 50% of the questions are of standard models. Okay? Yes, Madala, you can use my tricks. Now, let's move on to the next one coming up on your screen, and here it is. Consider the situation. If the current in the wire is increased, then how will the current in A and B loops be? This is a complete question on Lenz's law. Lenz's law. Let's try to do this. So use Lenz's law and think about it. What direction will be the current induced? Now, because of this current which is going, use your right hand rule. Come on, guys, and see how the magnetic field lines will move. The magnetic field lines will be like this because of this current, because of this current. So here it will be inside and here it will be towards you. Now, as per the given question, the current is increased. So even the field will increase. So both of them are trying to increase. They are trying to increase. Now what will Lenz's law say? Lenz's law say you have to oppose the increase. So as per Lenz's law, you have to oppose the change. You have to oppose the change. So since it is increasing, make it decreasing. So create a field opposite. Create a field opposite. That's it. How do you create a field like this? Use your right hand. If the thumb goes inside, because cross means thumb should go inside, the fingers are curling like this. So fingers will curl like this. If the thumb is coming towards you, the fingers are curling like this. So it is this way. So this is the direction of the induced current. This is the direction of the induced current. So in A, it is clockwise. In B, it is anti-clockwise. That's the answer. So A, it is clockwise. B, it is anti-clockwise. Everybody with me on this? Everybody? Awesome. Awesome. Rihan, I think I just answered it. Hi, Sindhu Ravdi. Welcome aboard. Yes, Alina, that's the correct one. Let's see if you can solve this. A block of mass moving at certain speed compresses the spring through some distance x before the speed becomes half. Which of the following is correct? Come on, try this out and let me know. Okay. So for SC, Rihan, I think the percentiles are a little bit lower. I'm not remembering the exact percentiles. You can do one thing. You can just leave me a comment after the video and I will leave you with a comment reply. Bharat, for EMSTAT there is no test series, but for sure next year we'll launch something for you guys. Hi Muhammad Hafs. Come on, figure this out. This mass which was moving with certain speed, its speed became half, and in this process the spring which was there, that spring got compressed. So think about it. What has happened? The change in the kinetic energy has gone in the increase in the potential energy. How much was the before and after kinetic energy? From that you will get the change. Earlier it was half mv square. Later on it was half m v by 2 square. So this has gone completely in half k x square. Half cancels. So you will have mv square common and 1 is there over here. Okay, 2 has got cancelled. 2 got cancelled. V square by 4, that means minus 1 by 4 is equal to k x square. Question is the spring constant. So k will be, bring that x square down. So mv square by x square 1 minus 1 by 4 is 3 by 4. That is the answer. 3 by 4 is there in option B. Very good, J. Kevin. Awesome. So the shortcut to solve Carnot problem is always remembering the diagram. By the way, if you have seen the next question, you can start solving it. Okay. So remember the diagram. Engine is there. Heat absorbs from hot, released in the sink, which is cold. And it is 1 minus T cold by hot. That's it. That's the efficiency formula. Efficiency is how much you give upon how much you get upon how much you give into 100. That's all. If you remember that, you will get it. Main thing is remembering the diagram. Kaushik Mende, the best way to remember plenty of formulas is watch my 2.5 hour session on formulas for 11th and 12th combined. I've compared different chapters together and given you all the sets of formulas. So just watch that, 2.5 hours. Okay, let's see how many of you have got this. I hope you have been able to figure this question out by now. Question is, what is the potential difference between these 2 points? No, Deepak, today there is no EM set mock test, but you can watch this for your EM set as well. So guys, the first thing that I will do is try to figure out how much current will flow in the circuit. The net current will be the net voltage by the net resistance. Everything is in series. So 1 plus 1 plus 1. Resistance 1 plus 1 plus 1. So it will be 1 ampere. Correct? Now all you need to do is find the voltage difference between AB. Think about it. It will be E minus IR plus E minus IR because internal resistance is also there. So it will be E minus IR's summation. So the first E is 1, current is 1, resistance is 1, and like that there is one more battery. So E is 1, I is 1, resistance is 1. Obviously the answer is 0. The answer is 0. So if you place a voltmeter, the answer is going to come out to be 0 volts. So what this question means is that if you place a voltmeter like this, what is the reading shown over here? The answer will be 0 volts. There is no voltage difference at all. Okay, moving on to the next question coming up on your screen. Everybody ready with the next? Okay, start seeing this and see what should be the answer. There are 2 masses, spring is there, spring has some energy 60 joules. You stretch and release. How much energy does the lighter body will have, or how much energy does the smaller body have, or the energy will be same? Think about it. Think about it. I'm so glad Jack Roshan check. Harsh, I'm not sure, bacha, maybe 1 hour, 15 minutes, who knows? Okay. Definitely king for entertainment, you will pass, bacha. Okay, so think about it. What will be the energy in each one of them? When you stretch and leave it, the system is basically isolated because I can say that the net force is 0. Hence, I can say that the momentum is conserved. Use this concept. Momentum is conserved. If momentum is conserved and initial momentum was 0, so the momentum of M this way will be equal to the momentum of 2M this way, so that they will cancel. They will cancel, guys. That's it. So that the net momentum is going to be 0. They are just going to be 0. This momentum will cancel, and you will see that the center of mass stays at rest. Now, if that's the case, the kinetic energy ratio K1 by K2, which is momentum of mass M square by 2 times of M divided by momentum of mass 2M square by 2 times of 2M. This is very important. This is the kinetic energy and momentum relationship. Momentums will cancel, 2 will cancel, mm will also cancel, that 2 will go on the top, it will become 2:1. So K1 by K2 will be 2:1, and we know that since the potential energy was 60 joules, K1 plus K2 is 60 joules. Think, how will you divide 60 joules in the ratio of 2:1? There is obviously one answer to that. Think about it, 2:1. Divide it into 3 parts. 60 by 3 is 20. So hence, you will see K2 will be 20 joules and K1 will be nothing but 40 joules. That's it. So 40 joules and 20 joules will be the answer. The question was, how much energy will the smaller body have? This is the smaller body. This is the smaller body. Smaller body means mass M. This is the body of mass 2M. This is the smaller body. So smaller body has 40 joules. A lot of students make a mistake and write 20 joules thinking that is the energy of the smaller body. No, It's in fact inversely related to the masses. Inversely related to the masses. So hence the answer will be option D. Many students made a mistake. Very good, J. Kevin. That's the correct one. Yes, mobile VJN. Next question. For which of the following graphs the average velocity of the particle along the straight line for the time interval 0 to t must be negative? Come on, figure this out. The average velocity must be negative. Okay, be careful. Some graphs are with position, some graphs are with velocity. So you need to check the slopes and you need to understand what does negative average velocity mean. Think carefully. Sir, how is K1 plus K2 60 joules, Sunita? Well, look at this, bacha. The initial energy of the spring is 60 joules. So that entire potential energy will go as the kinetic energy. Entire potential energy, when you stretch it and leave, the kinetic energy will come from where? It will come from the potential energy. That's why the kinetic energy is sum is 60 joules. Is that okay, bacha? Moving on to the next one. Good, you asked that question. Hi, Sai Kiran. Expected percentile 99.2. Just check it out, bacha. I have given all the calculations yesterday. Yep, I've given the calculations. I think it was around that only. Yes. With 90% accuracy. See, is it? Okay, let's try this out one by one. First of all, let's go with this one. Here, a lot of people think since the graph is negative, velocity will be negative. No, this is position time. In fact, the slope is positive. Whenever it is position time, the slope actually gives me velocity. So velocity is positive. But the question is, the average velocity must be negative. How can average velocity be negative when the velocity every time is positive? No, it can't be negative when always the velocity is positive. So option D is eliminated. Option D is eliminated. Next, let's say we look at this option. Here, this is velocity itself. Every time the velocity's value is positive. So how can average velocity be negative? Not possible. This is also gone. Let's look at this. This is t by 3 and this is not equally divided. This is velocity versus time. Here, most of the time it is positive. Most of the time it is positive. Very less time it is negative. It's not equal. So if it is more positive than negative, obviously the average will be positive. The positive is more. The negative is less. Hence C option also gets eliminated. Everybody understanding this? Very good. Last option. Let's look at this. This is position time. Here the slope itself is negative and slope gives you velocity. So velocity is negative. Hence the average must always be negative. Option A is correct. Very good, guys. So that's the correct one. A lot of people thought this was the correct one because velocity was negative. No. It was negative for some time, but it was more positive for a lot of time. So look at this. This is not equal. T by 3. So from 0 to T by 3 negative, T by 3 to T, which is longer duration, it is positive. So how can it be more negative? It has to be positive. Think about it. Next question coming up on your screen. So there is a block of mass 25 kg which is pulled by a man standing as shown. He's standing on a weighing machine. There is a weighing machine over here. The question is, what is the reading shown by it? Whenever reading shown by weighing machine is asked, think about the normal on the person. That's all. That's what is actually being asked. That's how you should always think of such questions as. So let's draw the free body diagram. Starting with this mass, if you are pulling it, so whatever 25 G force is there, the same tension will be acting here. The same tension will continue, and on the person there will be a tension T. Obviously from the weighing machine there will be a normal and the person's weight will be downwards. This will be the weight of the person. I hope you guys are able to see it. Maybe that yellow color is not seen. Maybe I'll use some different color. So there will be weight also of the person. I hope you guys can see it now. Okay, everybody with me? Okay. Now what you need to do, think logically. T will be equal to 25G, obviously. T will be equal to 25G. For the person, T plus N will be equal to the weight. So 25G plus normal will be weight. Weight is 60G. So how much will be the normal? 60 minus 25. 60 minus 25, that's going to be 35 G, guys. Everybody with me on this? So 35 G will be the answer. Oh, I think none of these will be the answer on this. 45? How 45, bacha? It's not 45. Why is it 45? Madhu, think carefully. 60 and there is 25 kg. Yep, be careful. The answer will be none of the above. Yes, Vinayak. I'm not sure why you guys are making that mistake. Okay, be careful. Okay, moving on to the next one coming up on your screen. So, the power radiated by a black body is P. It radiates maximum energy at a wavelength lambda naught. Temperature is changed so that the maximum energy is now for a new wavelength. The power by it will become how much? Beautiful. No problem, Madhu. But realize what mistakes you are making and do not repeat it in the second attempt. You will save a lot of marks. Remember this golden rule, guys. Marks saved are marks earned. Marks saved in negative are marks earned. Okay, remember that. None of these will be the answer, no, bacha Pinky. Okay. Yeah, nightmare, none of the above. So whenever none of the above is the answer, now you need to be very careful. You need to be 100% sure. Okay. Oh, is it? No, that option 2 is wrong. Option 2 is wrong, bacha. In case if, let me just check if the answer was, no, this is wrong. If this is option B, I'm not sure. I think the person who made the slide also made the same silly mistake. Whatever was there, the correct answer is none of the above. Okay. Okay, don't worry. Yeah. So don't worry. Sometimes people who make that slide also in the background, yeah, make a mistake over there. So don't worry, guys. The answer is none of these only. So looks like everybody makes similar kind of silly mistakes. No, it is not 45. Okay, come on. Let's move on to the next one coming up on your screen. Chalo, let's try to solve this. Try to solve this, guys. Come on, think about this. Oh my God, why are you guys doing this? Guys, what is 60 minus 45? Please. Come on, please tell me what is 60 minus 45. What is 60? 60 minus 25. What is 60 minus 25, guys? Please tell me. Come on, let me see how many of you are very good, talented in maths. You need a lot of talent to subtract this now. What is 60 minus 25? Please tell me the answer, guys. Please tell me the answer. Is the answer 45 or is the answer 25? Is the answer none of these or is the answer B? Please tell me that. Just because, yeah, it is 35, no? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So just because it is written B over there does not mean the answer is B. Like I told you, there was an error on the slide. It is none of these only. Ignore what was marked. Ignore what was marked. Okay. Chalo. Now, the power radiated by the body, come on, think. Now, see, use Stephen's law. Use Stephen's law. Use Stephen's law. By Stephen's law, the power radiated is proportional to the fourth power of the temperature. Now, also, by Wien's displacement law, the maximum wavelength is inversely proportional to the temperature. Interesting. So temperature and lambda are inversely proportional. The power is proportional to the power, T's power to the 4. So therefore, the power radiated is directly proportional to 1 by lambda raised to 4. That's it. That's what you will get. Right? So now the question is, what will the power radiated become? How many times will it become? The question is, how many times is it becoming? That's the question. So the new power by the old power will be nothing but inverse ratio. Remember that. So it will be the new wavelength and here you will have the old wavelength, the whole raised to 4. Just do the math. How much will it come out to be? Just check it out. So old wavelength was lambda naught. New wavelength 3 lambda naught by 4. Whole raised to 4. Lambda naught cancels. 4 by 3 raised to 4. So 4 raised to 4. How much is it? 256. 3 raised to 4, 81. That is the answer. Okay. Awesome, guys. None of the above was the answer for the previous one. Okay. So 256 is to 81 is the correct answer. Awesome. Moving on to the next one. So two concepts are there. These kind of questions do come. This can be solved under 1 minute. Moving on to the next one. There is a sphere of radius r charge q placed inside imaginary sphere of radius 2r whose center coincides with the given sphere. The flux related to the imaginary sphere is how much? Well. You have a sphere whose radius is r and the charge on it is q. There is an imaginary sphere which has a radius of 2r. How much, if this is imaginary sphere of radius 2r, how much is the flux associated with it? Whatever charge is there, the field lines will go like this. Come on guys, how much flux will be associated with it? Q by 2 epsilon naught. Is it? Think carefully. Think carefully. How much flux will be associated with the imaginary sphere? Sindhu saying, well, the flux in a closed surface, according to the Gauss's law, is the enclosed charge by epsilon naught. So in fact, the enclosed charge, no matter how big the sphere is, doesn't matter. This data is actually irrelevant. Reason is, it's just given to confuse you. Because no matter how big the sphere is, the lines passing through it will be the same. So the flux totally will be same. So it is just going to be Q by epsilon naught, which is option D. A lot of students made a mistake. So many students think, sir, when you go far away, field decreases. So flux decreases. Dear student, listen in carefully. When you go far, I agree field reduces. But area increases, no? But area will increase, no? So area increases, field decreases. Their product remains constant. Okay, I hope that is clear. Moving on to the next question. Coming up on your screen. There is a transparent cube. This much is the edge. Small bubble. You see it from this side. You see it from the other side. The apparent depths are given. The refractive index is asked. Okay. No Nimaya, that's not there. It's not there. Negative marking for EMSAT. Only for JEE, BITSAT, all these exams it is there. So, imagine the bubble to be here. This length is given to be 0.21 meters. Now, when you see from here, then it is seen at 0.1 meters. It's not the actual depth. The actual depth will be something else. Let's say it is D1. When you see from this side, the actual depth is something else, but it is seen at 0.04. So, what is the relationship between apparent depth and actual depth? Remember, apparent depth is nothing but actual depth divided by mu. So, actual will be mu times of apparent. So, over here, can I not say D1 plus D2 will be equal to 0.21? D1 plus D2 will be 0.21 and D1 and D2 are actual depths from this side and that side. Actually is mu times of apparent. So D will be mu times of apparent depth is given to be how much? 0.1 from this side. Plus from the other side, mu times of how much? 0.04. This is equal to 0.21. Now just have to solve it. Mu is common. 0.1 plus 0.04 is 0.14 is equal to 0.21. So mu will be equal to, guys, this is 21 and this is 14, divides by 7. So this, when you divide by 7, it will become 3 and this will become 2. So 3 by 2 is the answer. 3 by 2 is there right as option number C. Very good. You can see that. Very good. Great. Nimaya and Kitu, just watch my yesterday's video. I have given expected ranges of percentile for marks. Just watch my yesterday's video. It's there on the channel. Just go to past videos. Okay, the voltage and the current through a AC circuit is given. This is the voltage, this is the current. Omega is 2 pi f. The power in that instrument is how much? Beautiful question. Let's see how many of you can get this. Come on, figure this out, guys. Very good, Adya. Awesome. Come on, my warriors. This is straight away. I want everybody answering this. And if you have forgotten to smash the like button, do that right now. If you're not smashing the like button, it is not giving me motivation. Why will I conduct more sessions? So come on, guys. Go ahead, smash. And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that as well. Think about it. Voltage is given, current is given. How do you find out the power? Power is VI cos del phi. Del phi is the phase difference. Phase difference. One is cos, one is sine. Cos and sine, what is the phase difference? Cos and sine, what is the phase difference? Guys, if one is cos, one is sine, the voltage difference, phase difference will be 90 degrees, and cos 90 is 0, so hence the power will be 0. Option A is correct. Yep, the answer is 0. A lot of students have made some mistake over there. They thought 5 into 2. 5 into 2 is 10. No. You cannot just multiply voltage and current like that. You have to also multiply it with the cos of this. This is called as the power factor. Remember, this is called as the power factor. The power factor becomes 0 because the angle between voltage and current is 90. Listen in, this is sine, this is cos. Everybody gets it? Made a mistake? So, when you do not mark 0, you will get -1. If you mark 0, you will get +4. What a irony, right? Next question. Okay, now I had to change this question, but anyways. So, a flux of 1 milliweber passes through a strip having some area. The plane of the strip is at an angle of 60 degrees to the direction of the field. The value of B will be, come on my warriors, think about it. What will be the answer to this question? Cos is 2 pi. No. Cos is pi by 2 ahead of your sine. That's all. Okay, so be careful, bacha log. Be careful. Okay, so guys, think about this question. The plane of the strip is at an angle of 60 degrees to the direction of the uniform field. So maybe this is the strip, and I don't know, maybe this is the magnetic field, and the plane makes an angle of 60 degrees. The question is, if this is the flux, then what is the field? First of all, realize one thing, that the area vector will be like this, and the area vector won't make 60 degrees. How much angle will the area vector make? How much angle will the area vector make? Be careful, it will not make 60, guys. The plane makes 60 degrees, the area vector with the field will make 30 degrees. That's the catch of the problem. Lot of students will take theta as 60 and they will get a completely wrong answer. So in fact, the flux formula, which is B A cos theta, flux is 1 milliweber, that means 10 to the power minus 3, B unknown, area 0.02, cos 30. That's it. So B will be nothing but 10 to the power minus 3 divided by 2 into 10 to the power minus 2. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. 2 cancels. This will become 10 to the power minus 1 by root 3. So that is the value of the field. Just substitute the value of root 3 as 1.732 and you will get the answer as 0.058. 0.058, yes. So a lot of students would have made that mistake. So be very, very careful with angles. Usually it happens. Sometimes they give the angle of the projectile with the vertical and you solve the entire question thinking theta is with the horizontal. Completely wrong. Here angle of the plane is given with field. Area vector will make the complementary angle. So be careful in such questions. Read the question carefully. These are called silly mistake, misreading the questions. Carnot engine question. Come on. Cold junction, hot junction is given. Heat absorbed is given. Area enclosed by PV diagram. Indirectly what they have asked is how much is the work done. That is the indirect way of asking what is the work. We all know in a heat engine, something is absorbed, something is rejected, work is done, this is what is absorbed, this is what is rejected. This is the hot temperature, this is the hot temperature, this is the cold temperature. Come on, use your efficiency formula, which is 1 minus T cold by T hot. It is also how much you get upon how much you give. You get the work, you are giving the absorbed quantity. Come on, do the math and tell me what is the correct answer, guys. Come on, come on, come on. Think about this. So I don't think I need this. 1 minus cold by hot is work by QA. What is the value that you are going to get finally? Let's see how many of you are able to do it within 1 minute. So first of all, be careful, convert everything into Kelvin. 69 Celsius plus 273. Add 273 to it. Add 273 to it. Check out what are you going to get. 69, you add 273 to it. Only then put the values over here. What are you going to get, bachas? What are you going to get? 342, just check it out. And for 411 also add 273 to it. See what are you going to get? Are you getting 684? And the heat absorbed is already given to be 1000. Just check this out. 1000. Now 342 and 684 exact multiples of each other. So 1 minus half is W by 1000. So W will be 1 minus half is half into 1000. Obviously the answer will be 500 joules. Is that option C? Yes, it is. Okay, Akshay, your Carnot engine is your favorite. Very good. Awesome. Carnot engine questions and refrigeration questions. Almost every attempt, almost every shift they have asked. Almost. Even last year and even this year. So it's one of their favorite question or first law of thermodynamics. One of them has almost come in every shift. That's like a sure shot question. Moving on to the next one. The position time graph is given for a body of mass 0.5 kg. Interval between the pulses and the magnitude of the impulse is asked. Now if you notice over here, the velocity increases, decreases, increases, decreases. Sorry, position increases, decreases, increases, decreases. So what is the interval and what is the impulse? I think here the velocity is positive, then it becomes negative. Again it becomes positive, again it becomes negative. Interesting. What is the interval between the two consecutive impulses? Consecutive. Do you see? Suddenly the velocity becomes negative. Suddenly it becomes positive. Do you see this is the interval between the impulses? This is that interval between the impulses. So what is the interval, my warriors? At least first answer we can get. Coefficient of performance also they will ask. Yes. What is the interval? Come on, answer it in the chat box. Waiting for all of you. So from that you can easily select at least few of the options. Select at least few of the options. The interval is 5 seconds. Everybody with me on this? So if it is 5 seconds, definitely it can't be C. It can't be B because of the 10 seconds and the 10 seconds part. Definitely. B and C got eliminated. Even if you do not have time, see, this is one of the tricks which I tell students. Has it ever happened to you that hardly 10-15 minutes are left and there are 30 questions, 20 questions left? What do you do in such cases? Can you solve all of them? Yes or no? No, right? It might happen. What will you do? Will you solve in that 10-15 minutes some 4 or 5 difficult questions, or will you guess by eliminating options at least some 20 questions or 15 questions? Think and tell me. Will you eliminate options? Will you use some tricks? Will you use some magic? Eliminate options, select options, dimensionally, whatever tricks are there, and maybe guess between at least 2 options for maybe 10-15 questions. I'm pretty sure you will use the trick, bachalo. Yes, my warriors? Now you will be like, sir, if I eliminate 2 options are still there. How do I choose, sir? Still I will get negative marks. Okay, bacha, probability is 50%. Probability is 50%. So 50% probability, just imagine you solve 10 questions. You solve how many questions? 10 questions. 5 questions are wrong. How many questions are wrong? 5 questions are wrong. Big deal, minus 5. 5 questions are correct. 5 4s are 20. 20 minus 5, 15. You got no 15 marks. Better than sometimes, trying to solve something which you do not know at all. So, in the end, if you want to make a guess, you can make the guess. In fact, that is what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. Tomorrow's 7 o'clock class is exactly the cheat codes and the tricks and the hidden things which nobody tells you, what people do, and somehow you can get marks. It is for all the epic people who want to gamble and who want to boost their score. That is tomorrow's session at 7 o'clock. If you don't want to gamble, please do not watch tomorrow's session. It is not for you. It is not for the faint-hearted. Okay. So, by the way, the impulse in this case, J, will be change in the momentum, which is m into final momentum. So this is final velocity, into m into u. So m is common, so it is v minus u. So mass is 0.5. Final and initial velocity, be careful over here. If you notice the slope will give you the velocity. Height is 10, base is nothing but 5. So the slope is 2. So the velocity is 2 and then minus 2 because it becomes positive negative. So 2 minus 2. Do you understand why it is going from plus to minus? Right? Because once the velocity is positive, then it is negative. So it will become 0.5 into 2 plus 2, 4. So it will be 2 Newton second. That's the answer. Option D. Yep, it is correct. Okay, so see where you made the mistake. See what you did wrong. All right. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this session because every question you could solve within 1 minute. Okay, I would have taken longer because I'm trying to explain it to you. That's understood. So try to see more such questions, find such questions in the JEE attempt paper and try to solve them in under a minute. That's how you're going to boost your performance. Okay, so there will be at least 50% questions in the JEE Mains examination, be it any subject, where you can solve it very quickly. That's where you will get 50% of the marks. That means 150 score guaranteed by these kind of questions what you have done today. 150 total score. So that means at least 96, 95 आराम से percentile. आराम से 96 percentile you will get. And then after that, in the remaining time, you can solve all the average questions also. Easily you can reach till 200 marks. Now, if you want to solve more such questions, all kinds of levels of questions, make sure you're a part of the JEE crash course even today because the exam is delayed. We know it is not happening on 20th. So you still have time. Who knows, maybe your shift will come on 27th, 28th. You still have 1 week easily. In that 1 week, you can make use of the crash course material, mock tests and the sprint questions. If your score is good, make use of sprint. If your score is not great, then start with assignments and watch the classes, ask your doubts, make sure you are attending the test series, and that's how you can improve the score. The course is just for 1,800 rupees and the validity is till JEE Advanced. So even when you clear mains, you can use this material for JEE Advanced. So that's the beauty of this course. Make sure you are a part of it. All right, guys. So thank you guys very much for tuning in today. I hope you guys have enjoyed a lot in today's session. Make sure you have smashed the like button as well as hit the subscribe button. Take care. I'll be seeing you again tomorrow for the cheat codes and the trick session for the JEE Mains. Bye bye. Hasta la vista.